Hello, I am documenting an interview with Ms.
Francois.
Francois of Charlotte de Malier High School, and she is going to discuss the local dialect. Ms. Francois, okay. Could you first tell us a little bit about yourself and your family background?
Well, okay. I, my family. I'm nervous. I don't know why.
It's all right.
Okay. Well, I am from the Virgin Islands. My family has been here for 8 generations on both sides. My mother and my father's side. My mother is a member of the Adams family, who her grandfather was Alton A. Adams, and my father is a member of the Francois family, and their family were family of businessmen basically, and they go back eight eight generations as well. My grandfather is the one who traced the family lineage back. He's a part of the genealogy department at the library, and the family has always given back to the Virgin Islands, and so that's a little bit about me, I guess.
Okay. All right. So, as a person who works in education, you should be able to give me some detail about the differences between Standard English and the Virgin Island dialect.
Oh, okay. So you want to know like how come it sounds the way it sounds?
Sure.
I mean, it's just a mixture of the different European nations who have settled here, between the Danes, French, the English, and then you have the Spanish, plus the African dialect, and the different tribal languages. You get a mixture where you have a broken English or a patois. And that's basically where the dialect comes from. Oh, and American, the U.S. So that's I think the uniqueness of our dialect.
Okay.
Or how it comes about.
Okay. Can you give me an example of communication difficulties because of the difference in the dialect?
Well, I guess in terms of how you say certain words or certain terms that you use to reference certain things. For example, when I went away to college, I used to refer to hand lotion as cream. So if I said I used to say, "Hand me the cream," so I could cream my legs, and my friends from the States were like, "Why would you put cream on your legs?" So I guess little terms like that can be different.
Okay.
What else? You cut off certain endings of words. Instead of saying "hold on," you may say "roll on." Certain colloquialisms like cheese on bread, or let me see some other things you may say. I don't know. I'm drawing blank on this, but just certain things that you say. Oh, you're putting goat mouth on me. So a lot of the things we say, I guess, I don't know how to break it down. I guess it come from stories, tribal stories, African tribal stories, intermixed with European. So it gets interesting.
Okay, good. Do you sometimes slur your speech in ways that are different than the way you might see or hear it in Standard English?
What do you mean by slur?
Slurring your speech. You're putting words together.
Oh, you mean like combining?
Combining words and.
Yeah, I think you do.
Can you give me some examples?
Of combining words?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily combining, or it sounds like it's combined because you're speaking so fast. Like the words cheese on bread. It sounds like cheese on bread.
Yeah.
But you're saying cheese and bread.
Okay.
So in that way, or what's another one I could think of? say? I just think it's how fast you speak.
Okay.
You know, it sounds like the words are blending together
Okay.
because you're speaking so quickly.
Okay. Good. Could you give me a short list of vocabulary words that are specific to the Virgin Island dialect?
Okay. Demand,
Mm-hmm.
son, lyman, um, what else? December,
Uh-huh.
goat mouth.
Okay.
Let me see if I can see. I'm coming off the cuff, so all of a sudden I'm drawing blanks. Let me see. Something else that's particular to here. I can think of at the moment. I know there's others. There are others. There's
Okay.
plenty of others. I'm just drawing a blank.
Okay, good. What do you think is the most interesting thing about the Virgin Island dialect?
I don't know. I never thought about it because I'm from here and I've heard it my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I never think that there's anything unique or interesting about it because you grow up listening to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just seems normal.
Okay.
So to me, I don't know. To me, there's nothing really unique about it. But I guess to an outsider, they might think
Mhm.
differently.
Okay. All right. Then, what do you think for a Virgin Islander to learn the standard English would be the most difficult thing for them to overcome? Most difficult obstacle?
I don't think so.
Uh,
Because, or at least in my, I think it depends on your economic. I think it depends on your economic status of here.
mhm.
I grew up being able to switch back and forth,
Okay.
and I was taught to speak both
Mm-hmm.
in my dialect and using standard American English, and I have no problems flowing back and forth between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if I don't catch myself, I could
Uh-huh.
flip into my dialect, but usually if I'm speaking to someone from the States,
Mm-hmm.
I can speak without
Okay.
the dialect. I could drop it completely and it's just natural to me.
Okay. So, in the Virgin Island dialect, could you ask for a drink of water?
Oh my goodness. May I have a drink of water, please?
Okay. All right. We good. All right. Good. Wada.
Water?
Yeah, I hear the kids say wada a lot. Wada.
Yeah, I got some water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good.
But their accent is also sometimes a little bit more harsh or,
Uh huh.
well, a little bit more raw than
Mm.
mine.
Okay.
And I think, I think it also it goes back to um, what you hear in your household.
Mm-hmm.
You know, economic status. You know, those who maybe grew up in the country have a harsher accent than those who grew up in the city, kind of like that.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you for this short interview, and I appreciate this. And okay.
Not a
Wow.
problem.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay. Good.